The Chinese J-20, this is kind of a prototype. Look at the F-23 that came before the F-22, the F-35, the same idea. This is a concept prover. So this blocky looking plane, this isn't going to be necessarily their final sleek production model. Same with the Russian Pak-Fu, which I'll call T-50, so I don't have to hear you complain that I'm saying it wrong. First, it's a little bit bigger than its American F-22 and Russian T-50 fighter attack stealth counterparts. It seems to have more range, more payload. I would think in combination, if it was partnering with the Russian T-50, the Russian T-50 is kind of the advanced dogfighter, takes care of the air-to-air, and then this big J-20 just comes right over and takes care of all the ground targets and such. Now, notice that the Chinese plane is kind of a Frankenstein of a lot of different planes. Really see some F-22 in there. You see some F-35 in there, F-117 in there. You see some Russian designs. And this is kind of classic China. I mean, yes, they do design and pioneer a lot of their own technology, and they've gotten really good at this stuff, but they're also smart enough and clever enough to not reinvent wheels if they don't have to. So they'll take the best of the Russian designs and the United States designs and just take them. What are you going to do? So what do you think of a future fight when these are in the production line, where they've got hundreds of these planes? We've got a limited number of F-22s, thanks to budgeting and technology issues and all that kind of stuff. We got about 100 of them or so. What would it look like if there was several hundred J-20s and several hundred T-50s versus our F-22s and NATO forces? How do you think that would look like? What kind of challenges would we have here? What happens when they bring more planes than we got bullets? The biggest thing that I was particularly interested in is the flight performance of that airframe. Now, we've got a lot of experience in building and designing radio-controlled airplanes and have a really good feel of airplanes. So I wanted to make the best scale as I could a J-20 and just get the feel of that airframe. You with me? I know a lot of the detail guys will cry, complain, nitpick, but I know the big picture guys know exactly what I'm talking about. We took some liberties and kind of changed some shapes and dimensions on the J-20 to give it the best chances of stable aerobatic flight performance in a radio-controlled setting. Tell me what you think about these new Russian and Chinese planes versus our US F-22. And also come back next Monday because I'll be kind of giving a flight report of how the airframe formed as far as speed, stability, high alpha, maneuverability, instability. The results were quite astounding. That'll be up next Monday. Make sure to subscribe or check the channel then. And also know if you're getting into RC, if you want to do advanced design stuff like we do, you can do it. It's actually fairly simple if you follow step by step. This is what our whole Ultimate RC course is about. Takes you from a pre-beginner, what kind of stuff would you want to buy, get into, etc. What would be your beginner planes? What kind of stuff would you buy to save the most money in the long run? And then how you can start learning some of these principles to design your own planes. That's at our website, rcpowers.com. Come back next Monday for part 2 on the J-20 RC flight testing report.